Anti-Afro Bengalis, I told you all yesterday I was going to follow up with a video regarding this white dude situation, what I consider actually to be more appropriately described as smoke and mirrors. I'm going to get into this. So stay tuned and I will return.
Smoke and mirrors. Okay, this is an idiom meaning something designed to trick you. Something fraudulent, a fraudulent description, a fraudulent explanation, misdirection. It's fraudulent, it's tricking you, it's designed to deceive you. Words or actions that distort the truth and are intended to deceive.
I've typed this statement in various chats. I have made it very clear it's a damn lie. The claim of a white man or a white supremacist doxed me and other people in and around the Umar Johnson sector, it's a bunch of bullshit. Now let me go back and give you the timeline. Before June 2023, I believe it was March or April, Mona told me she was going to work for the Social Security Administration, a new job. Congratulations, not so fast. She also told me she planned to steal your information. When I say your information, all of these subjects out there who at that time were pissing her off. I told her what I would tell anyone who announced to me they're going to commit a crime, along the lines of, this isn't something you should be doing. This is going to get you arrested. This is going to ruin your life. This is not necessary. If you need to address an issue, use legal methods. All of these subjects out there who at that time were pissing her off. I told her what I would tell anyone who announced to me they're going to commit a crime, along the lines of, this isn't something you should be doing. This is going to get you arrested. This is going to ruin your life. This is not necessary. If you need to address an issue, use legal methods. Mona, the Social Security bandit, never told me she was going to storm the White House or attack an elected official or go to the mall and try to get the highest body count. Never told me that. When Mona came online acting the fool, she told those who she had issues with, she wanted to what? Kick their ass, go to their... She said all that stuff. Wasn't she fighting with Butthole Pick Bernice about posting a photo near her house? Mona came online acting the fool. I have no obligation other than a moral one. What I satisfied was to tell her this isn't something you should be doing. That's where it ends. It is very obvious to me. I will put money on it. There are those in and around the Umar Johnson sector who were treated in an extremely poor manner in their earliest of years or their formative years. They weren't believed. They were lied to. They were not trusted. They were beaten for no reason. No one cared to hear what they thought. I wasn't brought up like that. We never got our ass beat for shit we never did. So you can try and try until you turn 45,000 colors. You will never be able to place your burdens upon me by trying to force me to assume responsibility for what a grown-ass woman did on her own. And I'm speaking specifically about Mona. She knew I disapproved. There were other things that she did, and I let her know this is a high risk. This is something that's going to turn out bad. Why don't you get with King Kong Crazy? He got into that shit. Whenever she announced she was going to do something illegal, like get young Pharaoh's medical records, he wanted to buy them. Why don't you check in with King Kong Crazy? He colluded with her. Check with the Social Security criminals. They colluded with Mona. No one in AFW did. She knew I disapproved. So what did Mona do? When I followed up with her, there was something that happened. She said somebody called her job. That's what she said. And I said, oh, the new Fed job or something like that. Oh, no, I decided not to work there. I'm going to stay with the airlines because it makes more money. She was lying. She even told me when she was going to go train. So what could have happened is she went to the training and stole the information there. Then later tell Social Security, oh, I decided not to take the job. There also could be a possibility that someone that she knew working for Social Security got some of the information. Either way it goes, she went into the Social Security system and stole people's information. That is what she did. There isn't just one option to explore. And based on the nature of her habitual behavior in this regard, it wouldn't surprise me if she was looking up a bunch of folks, like Breaking the Culture of Silence said, as what she would consider trump cards. Whatever the case, she looked up people's information. She got the information, which is stealing. She violated federal law, and she held on to that. End of October 2023, you have this rage pig barreling into Dumpsy D. Durrell's email with a surprise. Here it is right here. He put it up on the screen. I got this information on Anti. End of October 2023. Where is the white supremacist? There's no white supremacist. There's no white man. This shit came from Mona. And what did Mona do? Early November 2023. That is when she revealed she has stolen the information. Obviously, gave it to these filthy demons, rage pigs and others. The probation officer, Comatose Khan. She wanted to see how much damage she could cause. And those filthy demons posted that information right here on YouTube in various forms. That information had already been stolen. What made this white supremacist story get legs and take off? They were shocked. They had no idea that we were going to report them to the feds. They were so anxious to advertise what they believe to be a win. How in the hell is it a win when you're facing potential federal charges? How in the hell is it a win if you can land your ass up in federal prison or be placed on federal probation? Nobody said we were looking for battering rams. We're looking for those to be held accountable. I don't give a damn whether they spend time in the federal penitentiary or are placed on federal probation. The fact that they are placed in front of a federal judge and held accountable is good enough for me. I don't care about no damn battering ram coming through someone's door. This is what happened. She gave the information to the Social Security criminals, the filthy demons, and they thought they had hit the jackpot. Mona went as far as to convince these fools that she had my picture. Mona doesn't have my picture. I was warned about her early on. Stay with Umar Johnson and his ass needs to be handled, but don't give her anything you don't want to be shared with anybody else or repeated. She has essentially nothing. One of the most hilarious parts about her saying I make $80,000 or something, I wish I was paying taxes in the $80,000 tax bracket. She doesn't have access to everyone's earnings because Social Security is only going to report W-2 earnings. Or if you voluntarily elect to have taxes taken out of your 1099s, of your contracted work. Some people, I guess, do. I don't do that. So you don't know how much money we make. You don't know how much money Gerald makes. Gerald cleans up here on YouTube, making home pages and putting together tunes for people's channels and does other stuff offline that he gets paid for. So you don't know how much money we're making. She received or stole information, rather, that was not readily available to the public. So that's considered doxing in addition to a criminal offense. The information was already obtained and it was already passed and it was already posted. There were discussions held about it, but there was panic that set in when we made it very clear that we're reporting your shit to every agency we can find, including employers. We're going to get around to all of that. We have things that we are prioritizing. No one says we have to work on these filthy demons' timelines. They already have the information. Rage pigs already have the information. So how many months later does he come up with this story about a white supremacist? This is a cover story to make it appear that they were going to be able to get distance away from the federal offenses that they perpetrated, and they wanted you all to forget about their Social Security crimes. That's what happened. There is no white man involved with doxing. Now, what very well could have happened, he could have given the white man information and pretended that the white man sent it back to him, which means he's again transmitting information that was stolen from a federally protected system. And that's a whole new issue or situation altogether. There's no white man running in around the Umar Johnson sector being hired to do work to dox us. I believe that is all bullshit. I believe he probably told that white man to claim that he's owed $200. It is all lies. Have you not figured it out? Everything coming out of this idiot's mouth is a damn lie, unless we're talking about unguarded moments. He has many unguarded moments when he tells on himself. That is the only way he is not lying, and you have caught him doing that. He's not the only one. Same thing with Comatose Khan. Don't push, don't pressure. The information rolls out on its own. No white supremacist went and doxed us. But this is what I did do. I turned his name into the feds because I have every reason to believe that the information was given to him to make it appear that he was doxing us. But the information was already given by Mona. So this is why you hear me and see me typing this in to whatever chat you may see me in. They want you to forget about what happened. They want you to push the Social Security crimes off to the side. They want you to forget that they perpetrated a criminal offense for which they can receive a federal sentence for, whether it's probation or federal detention. They violated the law. This is what they hate the most about AFW, friends and supporters. We don't go around breaking the law because we're pissed at somebody. We're going to use legal methods, and there's nothing else you can put on us. We're not going to assume your burdens, your responsibility, your angst, your discontent, your criminal activity. None of it will be assigned to us because we didn't perpetrate any of it. The same thing goes for Mona. Mona decided what she wanted to do. She decided to perpetrate a crime. Let me tell you what else she did. Let me tell you this. There was a live stream where she was arguing. I used to tell her, you know, this is not the way you're going to get any satisfaction. Yelling and screaming and going at whoever you're going. It's not going to work. You are going to end up feeling worse. This is not helping you. And I would give her all these strategies where I knew if she were to put them in place, it would make her feel better. But she wasn't accustomed to that. She's accustomed to lashing out and being reckless. So she was running around screaming at somebody in a live stream and blurted out some things, which I'm not going to repeat. Because if I did, then the subject could identify the situation, and I'm not going to go there. She made a statement that was so shocking. I'm like, what in the hell? I asked her, I said, behind the scenes, of course, something to the effect, did you mean that? Or is that true, what you said? And I repeated it. And you know what she told me? Yes, my cousins live in this particular city and they work at this particular agency and they looked up ... It's habitual behavior. And I'm like, oh my God. This is a compulsion to try and see if you can get control of a situation that has angered you. You don't care anything about cooling your heels. It makes no sense to you. Cooler heads prevail is a foreign concept. It's autopilot revenge and retribution. No patience. Feeling that the world owes you an immediate resolution to your satisfaction. This is what we're dealing with. By and large, I have a lot of patience. That's a skill you really need to develop Being on autopilot is extremely dangerous for yourself. Did you hear about that one case? And it was just recent. I'll get the article or the link and post it. She was accusing some people of selling her kids vape marijuana, I think it's called. She saw the car. She was with her mother, and she was in the passenger side. They even have it on tape. I'll give you the link. And she comes into the car or gets out of the car and sprays, I think it said pepper spray, into the car. She was that mad because they were selling her kids drugs, so she says. Of course, who isn't going to be mad unless the parent is into doing it themselves? She sprayed pepper spray into the car. And you know what they did? A teenager got out of the car. These are teenagers. Get out of the car and shot her to death. But you know what I thought was really just, I didn't even know what to say. As soon as that gun was produced, her mother put on the gas and took off and left her there. They opened fire on her. And then the mom comes back around the block and finds her daughter. These are both adults, okay? This autopilot, I gotta get revenge in quick, is deadly, it's destructive, and it's self-destructive. And this is how Mona operates. She's always talking about she wants to kick somebody's ass. Let me tell you something, Mona. I let the police know about all of the threats that you made online and behind the scenes. If you ever show your ass up over here, you are going to be arrested. If you ever send anyone over here, you are going to be arrested. But in the interim, I'm not going to be a sitting duck. I'm on, I don't know how many body cams with the police giving me very specific guidelines and instructions about legal methods of self-defense. And I won't hesitate to activate any and all of those. This whole thing about trying to make people afraid. You're not instilling any fear in me. But the behavior that she is exhibiting is definitely fear-based. She is the one that's exhibiting fear because she's going so over the top, trying to overtake those who are defending themselves and trying to instill fear. It's not going to work. I just simply report each and every time anything happens, including all of the messages you've been leaving for me and Rev G that we're not posting. They have the origins of these messages. We're not playing games with you. You got pissed off because I wouldn't attack someone, go after somebody, cave in on somebody for nothing. For shit you even told me, I suspect, I'm not sure. Something that's a figment of your imagination. But you know what? It could have been any reason. I don't want to just hone in on this. She was looking for some reason. We never had any negative exchanges. But it was always in the back of my mind, what exactly is she going to bring? Because I had those warnings from two different people who didn't even know each other. You have those out there who are trying to intimidate people out of their rights and trying to force them into accepting this bullshit that they have going on in and around these YouTube sectors. Nobody has to accept any damn thing. I'm not accepting any of your threats. I'm not accepting any of your criminal behavior. I don't give a shit. If you don't like the fact that I call the cops, I'm going to call the cops because the cops are the ones who helped. The cops are the ones who stopped the threats. The FBI, the local police, the sheriff's department, all of the police agencies stepped in and helped me. And friends and supporters. You all didn't help. And when I say you all, I'm talking about you filthy demons and their apologists. Oh, I don't want them to lose their job. I don't give a damn. It's falling on deaf ears. I don't care if you don't want them to lose their job. That is not my problem. Guess whose problem it is? It's their problem if they don't know how to keep their damn mouth shut. They don't have anything to do with me. I'm not going to accept any of the criminal behavior. I'm not going to accept any of the harassment. I'm not going to give you freaking content on it. I'm going to sit there and report you. And I will continue to report you. I don't care how mad anybody gets. What Mona did was a criminal offense. What the Social Security co-conspirators / criminals did are criminal offenses. This is illegal behavior, and they think because they're coming onto YouTube dealing with black folks that they get a pass. I'm not giving you a damn pass. Go find some other idiot who doesn't give a shit about themselves and see if they'll give you a pass. And this is not an endorsement of criminal behavior. I'm not saying go commit a crime. I'm saying go deal with folks who will give you passes and let you do whatever. Because there's no sense in trying to talk or speak reason into these filthy demons. They are who they are. You cannot change them. They want to be the way they are. Let them. They're just not going to impose their criminal behavior upon me. I'm not going to accept it. I'm going to report it every single time. I'm going to report you to your employers. I'm going to keep on reporting. If you don't have enough sense to look after yourselves and take care of business and protect yourself, that is your issue to deal with. I'm not going to bear your burdens. This goes out to all the filthy demons. Have a clue. We're not friends. I don't like you. You don't like me. Hello? That's even Steven. Why the hell do I give a damn if you put me on a blackout list? I don't even have any interaction with you. I already have my friends and supporters. Ha ha, you see how many so-called supporters they claim they have? Did the number of people in a chat or the number of people going to look at a video or a live stream have anything to do with identities being protected? No. You got your asses told on. It does not make a difference how many supporters you have. The quality of support is what matters. Now, I hope I got this clear about this white supremacist bullshit. This is just more total pathological lying from someone who you all know lies. Just trying to get distanced away from the criminal behaviors as related to the theft of the Social Security information. Of course, you know I have more coming your way, folks. In the meantime, buyer beware.